Right now, my love, you might have a mindset block stopping you from creating what you want to create, stopping you from sharing your goodness in the world, your content on social media, stopping you from signing clients. Maybe it's stopping you from asking for money for what you want. Maybe it's stopping you from sharing long form. I don't know. But there is this block there, and I'm going to get curious about that. And I'm going to share with you the next question. This beautiful question was submitted by one of my beautiful clients, and he shared this. Any guidance on the not enough wound? Please and thank you. The not enough wound. I want to explain something about this wound. It is a broad wound. I want you to find, as you're listening to this, maybe you're like on a walk, or you're sitting down at your laptop, or you're, in the kitchen making dinner, and I want you to start to explore, how is it subtly showing up, and this part's really important, which not enough wound is it? The not enough wound is super broad. Not enough what? Is it that you don't feel like you know enough? Is it that you don't think you're interesting enough? Is it just this overbearing feeling of not enoughness? Is it that you don't feel lovable enough? Is it that you don't feel what enough? I believe getting more specific with it can really help us identify what needs to be moved through. Then you can start to get curious on, where did it come from? What did your parents say to you growing up? What did your culture say to you? What did your environment say to you? I believe I was instilled with a lot of self-belief. My parents were always mindful. I was always a big dreamer. Yeah, huge out there dreamer. And they were oftentimes like, be mindful, Adriana, fashion, the first career I was in, is really competitive. Not a lot of people make money from it, but at the same time, they instilled this belief in me. They always said things like, well, you are pretty amazing. And, those types of things that instilled this belief in me that I could have whatever I wanted to have. And I get not everyone has that. And I've still had a not enough wound. It's just showed itself differently. So I'm going to give you the flip of how it could show itself. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I go out and I do everything. I make all the videos and I'm proving myself and I'm strong in my career and blah, blah, blah. That was me. I get it. But how was the not enough wound still present? It was present because I was proving myself. Where are you proving yourself right now? And know that that's okay too. But that not enough wound can come through in the proving myself. I want to show that I'm good. I want to stay busy. I want to be enough. I want to hit the goals, etc., etc., etc. What we want to find is the clean desire. Right now, I get a lot of work done. I am fulfilling my mission. I am, feeling like I get my goals. But at the end of the day, most of the time, I feel enough. I feel like it doesn't feel this endless void, but instead it really connects me to the bigger part of me. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I'm amazing. But the journey to that place was curiosity. The journey to that place was showing up no matter what. The journey to that place was understanding, what part of the story am I saying? So what is the not enoughness? Where did it come from? What are the traumas that need processing associated to this? What needs to be moved through and felt through in my body? And then I have a contradiction for you, which I love. Where do you need to just do the thing anyway? Where do you need to not let the not enough rule you and just do it anyway? And this comes back to a quote I love. Feel the fear and do it anyway. But I want to deepen it for you. Imagine your fear is like a backpack and wear it like the backpack that it is, and do it anyway. And wear it like a backpack knowing that it might dissolve, it might not, but bring it with you. I think we're so busy in life trying to get our fears or our doubts to dissolve and go away so we can do the thing. And it doesn't work like that. Spoiler, it just doesn't work like that. I think what happens is as we do it, it dissolves, it shifts, it changes. But all the great people that you look up to have days, many days, I'm sure, where they doubt themselves, where they're feeling the fear and doing it anyway, where they're hearing that little voice that says, don't do that. Again, I'm going to use this YouTube channel as the example. Don't start that. It's going to take a lot of time. Maybe you forget how to talk in long form video, blah, blah, blah. Instead of being like, I've got to work through all those beliefs, I've got to have them not there, I bring them with me. And this is where parts work really comes into play. What is the part of me that's maybe being a perfectionist? What is the part of me that's scared? And instead of shaming and trying to get rid of that point, how do we bring it with us? I hear you, that part of me that's terrified of doing this. I feel you, and we're going to go do it together. It's okay. So my invitation to all of you, because this feeling is not unique, is how do we do it with the limitation? How do we move forward with it? I think this also bleeds into this really beautiful story, and it's last year when we were navigating mold illness, when I was navigating shifts and changes in how I wanted my business to run. It was really easy for me to be like, well, I'm not this version of me that I exactly want to be right now, so why should anyone sign up with me? Oh, maybe I'll be a bad coach, but that simply wasn't true. And it was this decision I got to make that I am exactly who I need to be right now for exactly the right people experiencing exactly the right thing. And this can really help that not enough wound, and also looking at it from the space of energy. If I'm energy, the voice that I have, the way I share the message, the transmission of how I share the message is the exact way that exact person needs to feel the exact thing. And that is the healing. And how selfish of me to withhold that to me because I'm worried that it's not enough, when that's the energy that needs to be transmuted, felt, and shared into the world. So if right now you're listening to this and you're thinking, well, I'm not enough to fulfill the mission, I feel it for you so deeply. And my wish, my prayer, my ask of the universe is to remind you that you were born for this, that you're here for this, is to start small if you need to. Start where your zone of genius currently is. Start where you are and let it progress forward. And the world needs you in exactly the way you are right now. And if there is a wound there, feel it. Feel the emotion of it. Feel it in your body. Write about it. But remember, you were made for this. And I think that's the biggest thing I would say to the not enough wound. You would never have been given a mission if it wasn't yours. And I know this can sound like fluffy and trivial, but I want you to deepen into what does that actually mean for you and see where that takes you. Anyway, my loves, if you want to deepen into this, if you want to explore more of this, of course you can subscribe to the newsletter below, and we look at not only the energy of things and your mindset, but also the structure and the strategy. And if you've listened to the previous few videos, that there's always, it has to be both. If you aren't supporting this beautiful inner work, this beautiful emotional work with strategy, with actual structure in your business and your life, you won't get where you desire to go. And then your brain won't have the proof that it's craving, that it can do the thing over and over and over again. So my loves, I'm so glad you're here. I can't wait to hear your biggest takeaway and what you get from this beautiful video. I love you, and remember, you're made for this.